Hello, I'm Julie Williams, Registered Migration Agent with Migration Down Under. Now, you've come over as a student, or you're preparing to come over as a student and you're not quite sure what to study. Well, it's very difficult to advise this. What to study is what you want to study, what's going to help you with your future, what's going to, boost your chances of employment, and what's relevant to what you have studied or been working in the past. It shouldn't be a matter of what's the best pathway for getting another visa, because unfortunately, being on a student visa is no longer an automatic pathway to permanent residency, and it's becoming a lot more difficult. So what we may advise today may not necessarily be relevant in, say, 6 months' time, a year's time, or even 3 years' time, because more often than not, it's often that you will need a bachelor degree to be able to succeed through to permanent residency. And a bachelor degree, as we know, is a minimum 3 years. And then in 3 years' time, we can't say what the criteria is going to be for a student going through to permanent residency. Obviously, the higher the education and the longer the course, the more likelihood that you can then project onto what's called a graduate student visa that will allow you time to try and obtain relevant work experience in your area of expertise, or improve your English to be able to meet those points to apply for permanent residency. Because generally speaking, students often try and propel themselves through the general skilled migration. And that's not necessarily a given anymore, because the emphasis is on work experience. It's on good communication skills and work experience. It's not on the number of qualifications you have. There's a lot of students that have got their certificates, got their diplomas, got their degrees, and they've got their masters, and they still aren't qualified in that particular area, because you really, let's face it, need work experience to be considered qualified in your area of study, whether that be a doctor, an accountant, perhaps even just a cook. I shouldn't say just. Cooks are very important. We've all got to eat and we all love to go out to restaurants. So whatever it may be, whether it be a profession, whether it be a trade, you really do need to have the experience for employers to consider you, as a favourable candidate to be employed, because some are lucky enough to find work experience that then propels them into employer-sponsored migration. But even that these days is not guaranteed, because with the changing of occupation lists, not all occupations, whilst they may go onto a temporary sponsored business visa, will not necessarily lead into permanent migration. So really, I guess the key of this is to study something you're passionate about. Study something you really enjoy, because that is what you will want to do in the future. You'll want to work in that area. And then to be able to find yourself employment, you have to market yourself, you have to sell yourself. So communication skills are a very key point. So make certain that you do have really good English skills, both spoken and written, is really important. So whilst you can study, and you can study for years, it's not going to necessarily guarantee you a permanent stay in Australia at the end of the day. The key is work experience and good communication skills. And if you've got good communication skills, that's half the key of getting in the door to get that relevant work experience. So when you're thinking of studying here in Australia, think wisely before you choose your area of study. And please don't ask us what you should study, because we don't know you. It's what you want to study. It's not what should you study to get a visa, because that's not really going to get you permanent residency at the end of the day. It's what you're passionate about. So follow your passion. If you do want some more information, don't hesitate in getting in touch, either via email, info@migratondownunder.com, or give us a call on 02 9419 5411. Good luck.